Hi Femme Founders, my name is Gia. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe now for more self-growth, self-image, and self-care. I talk about all the things that you can't really mention with your mom or maybe even your friends. Be sure to subscribe for more. It's totally free. Be sure to check out all the items in the blog post linked below. Let me know what beauty products you are interested in looking at below in the comments because I am always looking for new things to try. I just want to let you know that I have hyperpigmentation, I suffer from hormonal acne. In case you need help on any of these things, let me know in the comments below. Just as a heads up, we're going to talk about some technical vaginal care that is healthy. In case you don't want people getting into your business, if you're around other people currently, you might want to turn the volume down if you're kind of like embarrassed about talking about that. But I will also give you a warning ahead of time before we start talking about it. I will also make sure to oblige and articulate as much as possible speaking so that the captions really encapsulate what I'm actually saying and you're not, in case you need to turn the captions on if you turn the volume down. I think it's really important that we mix up our shower essentials because we use them every single day. This means they are the beauty product that probably gets the most use from us. I think it's important that we have certain essentials that we can stock up on like a lifetime rapture amount, and then I think it's also important to mix it up so we keep things interesting and we're excited to shower, aren't neglecting our hygiene, and we're feeling good about ourselves. I don't think that someone has to put on a lot of makeup to feel beautiful. Sometimes when you just ignite other senses, like when someone walks by and you smell them and you're like, oh, what's that? Like they don't even see you and they already are attracted to something about you. Hygiene just in general, first and foremost, is very, very imperative to take care of, crucial to our personal brand, our appearance, to what we think of ourselves, and then also what other people think of us. These beauty picks, a lot of them I want to keep forever in stock for the rest of my life, and then the rest of them I'm not so fond of. First is the Bioderma Autoderm Gentle Shower Gel. So it's a body wash. It smelled amazing. I know a lot of people are like against items that smell because it means they have an alcohol and it's drying, but I personally love the smell. It smells exactly how when I'm with my cousins, staying at my cousin's house. I have a lot of female cousins. It feels like I just took a shower, I put my pajamas on, bumping into like a couple of my female cousins in the hallway. I'm just like comfortable at home. It has like this really familial, sentimental smell for me. It's also very fresh and clean and a really good energy to have around. That's how I feel like this smells. That's what it reminds me of. This, I already added this to my cart and I got the 1 liter bottle. I already purchased the 1 liter bottle, but next up I realized, you know what? I need to have this for the rest of my life because this is an essential until I get tired of it, or if I find a new body wash, I will always go back to this one because it works well. It has a good lather. I'm gonna definitely go back and buy this lifetime stock worth, or at least for a year's worth, probably like 4 bottles. This is definitely a keeper and I highly recommend this. A life changer for me. It's so hard for me to fall in love with a body wash because a lot of them are like just watery. I know a lot of people fight brands and they're like, oh, they don't do this or they don't do that, and it's like really important to them what the brand stand for, but to me, like if the product works, the product works. I don't necessarily have to love the whole brand and all of the things that they value. I just love the product, and if it works for me, I will purchase it. I don't care what people say. The next item is the Perfect VV Cream Gentle Wash. It is very, very, very gentle just as it says, and I feel like a princess when I use it because, real quick story time, it smells really good. It smells like flowers. I'm not really out here for the smell because it's something that you put in your intimate area. It's another smelling good product. It's milky, creamy, gentle, softer than gel. So it's not like a gel where it's like stays in like one little position. A lot of gel products kind of meld together. Even if you spray it squiggly, it'll coagulate or move together. This was just a full blob of stuff. I don't know how else to describe it. It looks like milk. It's like thicker. It's a bit more viscous than that, but it's also not a full like gel wash product. Kind of reminded me of yogurt, but there are some products that call themselves probiotic products and then they'll just like put yogurt in a jar. Chorus. I am in love with this brand. First off, the packaging is gorgeous and it was the luxury that I needed after 4 weeks of not having showered. And the problem was I wasn't allowed to shower for 3 weeks, but I ran into some complications that I had an infection that I couldn't kind of get up and stand up very long, so I ended up not showering for 4 weeks and I had a bunch of like a thick layer of grime and oil on my body. I know that sounds horrible and I really needed this haul essentially to help me kind of get out of that funk, and not just, I needed something to help me down there because not only could I not shower, I couldn't really get in there because first off it hurt to spread my surgery area, and then and then it also hurt to bend over, and it's not just I wasn't allowed, but I didn't have the ability mobility. I didn't have the flexibility from the double procedure surgery that I got. It's really close to the area that I have the stitches, so I'm not allowed to wash that. I'm not allowed to wet the area because the stitches would dissolve and I would get an infection. I wanted to be as careful as possible. I was giving myself bird baths, baby wipes so often, but I still had this layer of grime that I wasn't allowed to wash because certain areas I just couldn't get wet. I couldn't put a towel there. I had to like wrap myself in saran wrap, stand in the weirdest angles, and it was really difficult to shower. So the fact that this was a very like luxurious spreadable cream made it really easy to clean myself. I think we should always treat our intimate area as a luxury because it's important that first off we have it clean. This is like the one area that we do pay retail that we don't cheap out on because our health, ability to procreate, our ability to have a clean smelling body, the health down there really affects the future of your ability to be fertile. You're not trying to like douche, you're not trying to get up there, just trying to clean the vulva, which is the outer area. Also using this to clean my other part. I'm in love with this brand, and this brand made me feel special in a time of need. It really solved my problem, and I think that's really important as a business to actually solve people's problems and perform, be lovable. And another level of love I had for this brand was the fact that I opened the box. It came with this beautiful pamphlet. I opened the pamphlet and they're actually a Danish brand. I instantly knew, like from a mile away, I was like, this reminds me of products when I was living back in Denmark. It's a really beautiful, thoughtful gift. I think also from a girl to another girl, like don't give this gift as a suggestion. Give this gift out of like, oh my gosh, I love this and I want to share it with you because it's so awesome. It's helped me so much. It's luxurious. It's definitely a treat that every woman should have like a couple times a week. I use it every single time I shower, but the bottle is small and I wish it had larger packaging that was like 1 liter or like 13 ounces or something. I want to use this all the time and I just love feeling clean down there. I love feeling healthy. It just felt like a very thoughtful extra step that women should have, especially during the time of the month or just in general, or like if we're going to another place where body flora is kind of out of whack, out of sync. Yes, I will always be transparent with you when it comes to these reviews because how else are you going to have a decent understanding of the product? You might have a greater need than mine, so here are all the details always. Don't forget to shop. I have a blog post with all the links below. I made it really easy for you. Check out which one works for you, things you actually like. This next product is gonna wrap up the female health section of this video. Good Girl Probiotics has always helped me. I took antibiotics after the surgery, so just to get rid of any possible infection or prevent any, I should say. For those of you who don't know, antibiotics basically are like a nuclear bomb for your body, depending on what kind of antibiotic. I got a yeast infection and so the thing was, I immediately knew that I had the yeast infection, but I couldn't do anything about it because I had to finish all of the antibiotics. I took these probiotics right after I finished all of my antibiotics. I've been using this before, and every time I feel like I am on the path, like teetering to not having a healthy flora down there, I take these and then I immediately feel better again. And I don't take them every single day. I just take them when I feel like I had too much sugar, maybe drank a little bit too much champagne at an event, or if I had too much carbs. These have no taste. They're the capsule ones. They're not like chalky, so they don't have texture on your tongue. So you can take 2 at a time, once a day. It's also to prevent UTIs. Even if you're on top of your health down there, it's important to just make sure that your gut flora is balanced. I feel like really leveled and balanced after I take it. I kind of take it like only when I need it, so it's not something that I take every single day. Just keep that in mind, so you don't want to overload your body to get used to it. This is something that I always just have in stock. I only get it when I run out. I don't like stock up on a bunch of them because I try to just take care of my hygiene in the first place, and this is just something to have just in case, like when I travel, if I eat too much of something, if I have too much coffee with a lot of sugar in it, you never know. The whole point of this is to keep this as an emergency thing on hand. It's not to rely on it and be dependent solely on this product and never clean yourself. So clean yourself first. Okay, so this next thing is Mullen & Goots, the eucalyptus one. It's one of their body washes. I think it's the eucalyptus one that I got. I get all of their body washes every time I run out, because one I have for a body wash and then one I have for a hand wash. When I buy a body wash, I'm not saying I get both at the same time. I get a different brand body wash and then I get a different brand hand wash, and I alternate. So I love Mullen & Goots body washes because I am used to spending like $2 on a body wash at CVS just because I really need a body wash, or I used to get a bar soap. I'm just used to getting a body wash because it's just easier to use and it's easier to store. And I know that bar soaps are much more friendly, but the ones that I like are over $40. So even if I can spend like $36, I'm still saving a little bit of money. So saving at all is great. This body wash, the reason why I love it so much, why it's like a die-hard, I'm like a cult follower of this. I got it as a gift for other people, but there's like the rum one, the lime one, and the eucalyptus one that I have personally purchased. They have peppermint also. All of them have been so high quality. It's insane. Their packaging is different every time. I don't know why. Body wash is thick. It's a gel where it does have that coagulating factor. I don't like body washes that are like the $2 body washes from CVS. Not that I buy $2 body washes, they're like $15. It's still expensive. So I have multiple body washes because I go through them so fast. Obviously my favorites, like this one, is always running out. Probably wiser for me to just get the full lifetime supply for this one. And adding this to cart, you can always give them as a gift too. It's a really lovely thick. The scent isn't too strong, at least for me it's not. Very subtle and it's very rich, like the gel cleanser effect, and like the lather is so good. So you know a body wash or a bar soap is high quality because it's lather and it thicks. So if there's like a lot of bubbles and it like really, you feel really clean, that means it's high quality and they put like more ingredients into the oils. Body washes I use that are cheap from CVS are just like water. They kind of get washed away just with the water and I don't feel like I actually got clean. This where actually you can see it like lathering, because I get so disappointed, which is why I like the Bioderma, because it's lighter than this body wash. Like it's not as thick, but it has the lather and it has the smell I'm looking for, and it makes me feel really clean. And when I see the lather, I get more intense in the way I wash myself. It makes me want to clean myself even more because I want to see more of the lather. The only thing that annoys me with this product is that there are different sizes. So for the body wash, I thought I was gonna get the same size every time. So this one is like the push cap where you just push it, you press it down and then it pours. But then the one I had before was the pump one, and the pump one is smaller. It has less volume of liquid. I like the pump. I don't like unscrewing a cap because I lose it and I drop it in the shower, and the shower is really slippery. So using a pump also controls how much I actually use, so I'm not wasting a lot of product. When you're in the shower, you're clumsy, everything's wet, everything's slippery, and you don't want to make a mistake of throwing your beauty products down the drain. Okay, now into face skincare. I'm starting to get used to this idea of body skincare. I always have had a body skincare. I'll make a separate video for that because that video is so simple, so easy, and the products are so cheap that it will blow your mind on how effective, sustainable, and cost-friendly they are. This specific product, Caudalie Vino Perfect Dark Spot Serum. I suffer with hyperpigmentation. This was really annoying. I remember years ago, I put it on for the very first time and I could see a difference in my face to the point that I didn't even use moisturizer because I thought moisturizer was bringing me down and just making my skincare routine heavier. I don't know why I did that, but the only thing I don't like about it is how sticky it is. So I feel like I have to wash my hands after. Even if the product is lovely, I will put it on the top of my hands, but then I have to wash the inside of my hands, which is annoying. It works. I've never looked brighter after using a serum, and I alternate between this and the Tata Harper Resurfacing Serum. Tata Harper one is for warmer weather. This one I use for cooler weather because it's a little thicker, it's a little creamier. I also alternate serums. The active ingredients take some time to work on your face, but they also get used to your face. From my experience, after a while, it kind of like plateaus the effects of it. So I try to mix it up as much as possible, and I don't just buy those two serums. Every now and again, I will try a different brand serum just to mix it up, see what works for me. But serum is just so expensive, so costly. It's the one thing I don't cheap out on because I actually see a difference. And when it comes to moisturizer, I feel like moisturizer doesn't have to be expensive, it just has to be hydrating. This serum is an essential for me, but it's starting to plateau. I'm not sure if this will work for a long time for you, but if you try it, I definitely saw results within like the first few days, the very first time I used it years ago. You tell me, do I look bright? My goal is to look even because I have hyperpigmentation and my skin tone is all over the place, that it contours certain parts of my face that I look sick and unhealthy. This has really helped me with that. The days that I stop using it, I notice visible changes in the contours of those dark spots on my face, and it really does help with brightening. I took a few days off from washing my face. I washed my face one day with just applied moisturizer. I looked different, and the next day I used this, just the serum, and I also looked different the next day. And then I used this with the serum and the moisturizer, which I bought both in the set, and it'll be linked below, but I'm gonna mention that. I'll get into that later because it's one of the products that I actually wasn't too fond of. I could tell that there was a difference, but it probably wasn't as strong strong. It's also probably validating the idea that I'm actually taking better care of my skin now, and also that I have been using sunscreen. So that could also be a factor. So there are a lot of things when it comes to skincare that trial and error really has to play. Just keep that in mind. Not every serum is created the same. Not every product works the same. So they say, oh, it takes 3 months for it to naturally set in and work and blah, blah, blah. Some don't. Some you might react faster, and it can be case by case and totally individual. So you have to experience it for yourself. I highly recommend at least trying this out in a sample because it's really expensive. So the next thing is makeup remover wipes by Bioderma once again. So I know people are totally averse to makeup remover wipes and they will tear you down, they will cancel you. I use them mostly for my skin tone is really hard. I'm olive, so I like did all these skin tests, did all these color theory things. My foundation color is like impossible, so I have to mix so many foundations. Like some days my foundation matches perfectly with my skin and I can use it. Other days it's just so brutal that I have to mix like 4 different foundations to get my color. It's really annoying. So like my hyperpigmentation is real and the dark spots are just not helping. I am getting IPL photofacial lasers. I get them every so often and they have really helped me, but naturally if I don't get those lasers that are like $50 to $70 every 2 months or so, it's a pain. I wear foundation all the time and sometimes I will be so tired. Sometimes I'll have an event, sometimes I'll just go to sleep and just conk out. And I try my best every time I shower, every time I get up, I try my best, especially when I shower. I make it a point to put my makeup on so that I can make content for you guys, so that I can film, so that I can go out into the world. I'm the face of my personal brand. Those nights that I'm exhausted, I cannot even get up. Especially during my surgery, it was really hard for me to stand for a long time. Sometimes it was hard for me to stand at all or to get up from my bed because I'm so exhausted that I just need a scapegoat. I had this in my nightstand and would just wipe my face, and I had a mirror and I would make sure I got everything off and then I would wash my face vehemently the next morning. This is a last resort, especially if you're traveling and you travel a lot like me. It's hard to carry liquids around. It's just something I cannot avoid, but I will try my best to wash my face, and that is my oath. What I did like about these is 1, they smell good. 2, I felt really clean after using them. 3, they were appropriately priced for my budget. Even if I did make hundreds of millions of dollars, I would still try to save my money, make that money go further and have something to actually pass down to my grandkids. I was really happy with them because makeup remover wipes that I was searching for were like $30. So that's $1 a wipe. And a lot of them were like $15 or $20 wipes or 7 wipes, and it really annoyed me that they're selling like 3 wipes in one thing that you can carry in your bag. These really helped me. These were a savior during my surgery, when I was traveling, because I had to remove my makeup when I was at a conference and I was just breaking out. No matter what I did, I was just using so much makeup because I was in people's faces and I had to like speak. So I was using so much makeup that these just really helped me. I had to like reapply makeup to cut down time, have a shortcut in the system when it came to cleansing my face. Now for the things that I am not gonna purchase ever again. These products I am not buying again. I tried them and I realized this is not for me. If it's not solving my issues immediately, or if there's something that I just don't like about it, or I have a strong aversion to it, I'm not gonna waste my time on it. First thing is Caudalie Vino Clean Deep Cleansing Exfoliator. I have a couple issues with this thing. One issue is enough when it comes to beauty products for me. I want them to be as easy, as quick, as sustainable, as efficient as possible. I was looking for an exfoliator replacement for the one I used to have, the Lancer Method Polish. That one is like $75 to $114 if you get the deluxe one. The deluxe size is like 13 ounces or so. I prefer to get the large one because I'm actually saving more per ounce, and it goes a long way. Like, it lasted me a year. I use it on my face, not necessarily on my body, because at the time I didn't really need it on my body, but I use this on my face and some parts of my body. But the problem was, when I use this, it dries up really quickly. So when I'm just at the sink and I'm washing my face, it dries up to the point that it starts just flaking all over the sink and it looks messy. And like, I feel like I didn't get to cleanse everything or exfoliate everything on my face yet, and it's already getting hard and tacky. I will not get this again, but just a hint, one thing to actually make it go further was you add just a regular cleanser to it. It glides on smoother if you add a gel cleanser or another cleanser. It didn't dry up as fast, or when it did start to dry up, I added my cleanser and it went a little further. The beads are too thick for my face, I think. They're too big. If they're too big, I don't feel like they're getting everything. The Bang & Body, this is an Australian brand I found out, and it was really interesting because their packaging is really cute. I think it's really brilliant. It is a tube, so if you squeeze something, you can get a lot of the product. I like tubes and jars because you are making sure that you get all of the product and you can cut it open later and get it out. Smooth skin scrub. So I am crazy about a proper exfoliator and was trying to replace my Lancer Method polish. These were like flakes, like actual like flakes of sand is what it felt like, or like salt or sugar. Where sugar, I personally used to make a DIY exfoliant with sugar and it's too rough and you'll end up with broken capillaries. It delivered exactly what it said it was, but it wasn't what I was personally looking for. So there is not anything I have against this product. It's just that I was looking for something that helped me with my face and my body. Won't buy this again, and neither will I buy the Caudalie again. I'm just gonna stick to my Lancer Method polish when it comes to exfoliant for my face, and my body brush and gel cleanser. The final thing that is in this haul, I know it's a lot, is the Caudalie Vino Perfect Instant Brightening Moisturizer. I have a feeling that this had like vitamin C, something with bergamot, with citrus, whatever it may be. The reason I had this feeling was because it smelled slightly citrusy. It wasn't like they were trying to pile on the scent. Very subtle, but it does have a scent. Feels like you're just lathering it on. It's like it doesn't fully absorb and you just see it like lathering about on your face. I'm definitely not buying this again, especially since it's so expensive. It's $59. It pairs with the collection of Vino Perfect. When I see a product that goes with another like string of products in a collection like this, I typically am not a fan of that. But if there's one thing out of the whole collection that works, I will use that. I won't buy the whole collection because, oh, I'm a fan of the brand or I need to get the whole collection. I just use what works for me. I am not a fan of spending $59 on moisturizer. That's a lot. It's a cost to keep up. It's like, yes, I will spend a lot on a moisturizer. I'll spend like $40 typically, or $35, somewhere around there. A lot of moisturizers are really good quality and work for me personally, but I was spending a lot of money for something to just sit on top of my face and I didn't like it. I'm not buying it again. So try it out first. I made the mistake of getting this and now I have to use it on my butt cheeks because I have nowhere else to use it. But I will use it as like a butt mask or something, or a foot mask, or hand lotion. So I guess I can put it in my purse. I used to not understand why people put full jars of moisturizer in their purse. Now I understand them. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end, and be sure to check out the self-image series and the beauty series, but depending on what you like. I will be creating a lot more of these hauls because I have a lot more coming. I just did a bunch of shopping. Yeah, 9 months since I've shopped for beauty products because I have used them all, and it's really annoying when you have to replenish and you just gotta know what you need. But to mix things up in your beauty world, be sure to subscribe. It's totally free. Tell all your friends because you guys want to watch this together. Have some popcorn, drink some wine, whatever you guys like to do, or drink a green smoothie. I'll see you next time.